The main event is here. 170-pound title fight is on the line. As your first fighter makes his way to the cage, fighting out of the red corner. With a record of 10-6, standing 6 foot 1 inches tall, out of Revolution Martial Arts in Inman, South Carolina. Please welcome Tanner Saraceno.
The Hammer has returned to fight for it. Been a little while since we've seen Tanner Saraceno. He's had 1 or 2 fights since then, and he is back with us here tonight representing Revolution Mixed Martial Arts. One of the most proven guys in this scene right here is Tanner Saraceno. His record, you can see it there, speaks for itself. Strength of schedule also. A lot of guys this guy's fought a lot of guys that have gone on to the show. Like they're already there. And he's potentially just behind them. But this is the kind of guy you gotta beat. This is the kind of guy you gotta beat, and you kind of gotta make it look like you did the last Cup fight. Because at this point you're 10-6, and it's hard to get the call at 10-6. It's a lot easier to get the call when you have like 12-6, 13-6, and a lot of finishes.
So maybe kind of a put up or shut up sort of.
But also, Tanner Saraceno's goals are not based around getting to the UFC.
I was just going to say that what I've heard, what I understand about him is that this is like almost like a hobby.
I agree, and that's all he's going to do with it, and then he's doing phenomenal.
How are you so good at your hobby?
Yeah.
You know, we've talked about, in the past, we've talked about, and a lot of UFC fighters will report that there are dudes in their gym that we've never heard of that give them serious
I'll tell you
problems.
one right now, Robert, this guy named Robert at Elevate, I've seen him just toy with like every black belt who's ever tapped me. I've never seen him tapped by one move ever. And he just like doesn't own social media, so you can't even see video of him because he's not on social media. We call him the Ghost. But if you were in a world championship,
Bud Light,
Elevate,
eat a drink, eat and enjoy. We're making it possible, being our sponsor for the title fight. Here we go. Coming to you out of the blue corner with a record of 3-0, bringing this undefeated record to the cage. Standing 5'11", out of Gym O and Bone Breaker Gym from Morganton, North Carolina. Please welcome the champion, Trukon Carson.
Trucker's just going to walk out with ominous noises. Mike keeps looking around like he's going to come out of the crowd. It's Sting! My God, it's Sting!
No, this gentleman over your right shoulder here moves quickly, and when a person that big moves,
I don't like that. Yeah, it disturbs me a little bit.
There's a humongous, scary person right sitting near Dylan that moves very quickly, and I'm skittish because I'm tiny and brittle, and I talk a lot of crap.
I'll take the brunt of the abuse. Yeah. You don't have to, outrun him. You just got to outrun me.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's probably very easy for you.
Oh man, Trukon Carson letting the entrance simmer. Well, he's the champ, so the champ will have his druthers.
His druthers after his brothers win their fights. You give him his druthers. I can see him just back there shadow boxing, moving back and forth past the curtain entrance. So Mike, you seen any good movies lately?
Yeah, I think this does have an effect. I'm watching the body language of Saraceno. Kind of, he's got nervous energy now. You know, he's letting him sit, letting him wait.
Well, I mean, it sounds like it's frustrating to like sit there and be like, yeah, this guy's making me wait on him.
Make him wait.
All right. without further ado, here is Trukon Carson representing Jimmo and Bone Breaker Jim. He is 3-0 as a pro, one of the most electrifying bare knuckle fighters, and transitioning that reputation that he has to MMA now.
Just an aggressive fighting machine.
Fighting machine, that's a good way to put it. Tanner is very good at slowing things down. He needs to temper the machine. He cannot sit there inactively, which is what you were worried about.
Yeah,
he needs to put the defenses out early and fight with his shield.
Yeah, he's got to do something that makes Carson not willing to just rush in. He's got to give him something to think about, something to worry about. Trukon Carson says he has trouble finding opponents.
Oh yeah, a lot.
In the region, because he says that...
That's why he went to bare knuckle in the first place.
Yeah. He says a lot of fighters around here are...
a word that cannot be...
not tough guys.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but, you know, when you have that piece of gold right there,
yeah,
it does sometimes bring people out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
Tanner and Trukon were supposed to fight on our last show, Fight 418, and Tanner fell out the week of with COVID, I believe.
Oh, yuck. Yuck.
2 months later, here we are, and it looks like they're going to get the score settled here as our ring girls and Sam and the refs get into their positions to make our main event official here in Winston-Salem.
Our producer Jason called this the most anticipated fight in Fight 4 history, and I tend to agree because we almost got it once and we need it. We need it. We need this fix.
It is for now, but as of tomorrow, it will no longer be the most anticipated fight in history because they've already announced the Paris Artist versus John Martin fight. But for now, it's this fight, the main event, 170-pound title on the line, and this is, make no mistake, the highest level main event Fight 4 has ever produced. Up to this date, Tanner the Hammer Saraceno.
This might start fast.
Our third man in the cage, Mr. LC3.
Big front kick up the middle from Carson, lands flush on the body of Saraceno. Right hand rocks him. He's wobbling.
Oh, and a big flying knee.
He's out.
And that's it. Trukon does it again. He does it again in 15 seconds. How can he keep? He can't keep getting away with it. He can't keep doing it, but he does.
Quick indeed. Almost instantaneous.
Trukon, are you busy May 11th? Oh, why is it so hard for him to find
I wonder, Trukon Carson screaming,
"You'll never be the same!"
that he will kill anyone that steps in the cage with him, and he will end their whole career. And then he complains that he can't find opponents. But look at him.
That was the same. That was the same knee he landed in his debut against Matt Mercer, and he shattered Matt Mercer's orbital.
But for all that, he's still a good dude because he's still going over there to check on Tanner Saraceno.
Yeah.
So there's still a human being in there. But what a finish to an amazing night of fights. Woo. Trukon Carson did what Trukon Carson does, which is come forward. Hey, we don't need you anymore, Judge.
Get the fuck out of here.
Judge, the road can go home. They probably could have gone home before this one. Trukon Carson came out and within just a few seconds landed a front kick to the body that hurt, a right hand just behind the ear, and then a flying knee.
He has, in his MMA career, he has less than 1 minute of fight time.
10 seconds last time, 15 this time.
And his other fight was only 20 seconds.
Good gravy. Bonkers.
Fury FC, CFFC, NFC, all you guys that claim to be high-level promotions,
Offer Trukon Carson a fight if you're really about it.
send him here. Send your guy here.
Or are they afraid? Is Trukon Carson right about what he says about fighters in the region?
I would not be eager to fight him after that fight. It's like, hey, I've watched all of your opponents fight. It took me less time than watching one single TikTok.
As an announcer, it's super easy for me to do research on him, though, right?
That's true.
It takes me a minute.
I do like that.
I don't have to do it. I can do it while I'm going number 1. I don't even have to be going number 2. I can find everything I need about him.
Trukon really sent that knee. I mean, perfect. If we're going to be sitting here waiting on this guy to get up for a little while, let's see that again.
Don't forget, May 11th,
Yeah,
our
can we
next
get that
showcase
flying knee
in
one more
Raleigh,
time?
North Carolina, May 11th. Be there. Great fight card coming together for that one. May 11th, Raleigh, North Carolina.
And do you know what? For all our talk about Trukon Carson being so aggressive and such a fighting machine, he's not reckless. These are accurate strikes.
Yeah, it's not like he's winging things.
He is technically sound. He's not just, savagely beating. He's savagely beating guys, but with proper technique. The placement of that knee, beautiful. Perfectly timed. Exactly powerful enough.
I mean, the first shot just glanced off the temple and like kind of folded him over.
I think it went behind the ear. That back corner of the head, when you get hit there,
off.
it wobbles you a little bit. It's a weird
All right,
feeling.
fighters to the center of the cage.
It can glance off and still turn your head a little.
Nice round of applause for our challenger there, Tanner Saraceno. And your winner by KO and still undefeated champion, 170-pound title belt, and improved the record of 4-0, Trukon Carson.
Trukon Carson doing exactly what he does best. A scary, scary dude. The 170 champion, defeating Tanner the Hammer Saraceno.
I am here with the Fight For It champion, Trukon Carson. Trukon, here's a fact about your MMA career. 4 fights deep, you have less than 45 seconds, less than 1 minute of total fight time. You went up to 45 seconds of fight time tonight. So you were saying something as you finished the fight, you came around the corner, you said something to the people here. Say it to the people here so they know who the champ is.
I just wanted to say I'm the champion for a reason. And if you take this fight against me, you better be ready to fucking die, because I will end your entire career before it ever has a chance to start. And with that being said, I want to give my deepest respect to Tanner Saraceno, one of the best welterweights in this region of the United States, for stepping up and giving me this opportunity. And he has nothing but my respect as a man and a fighter, and I thank him and I pray to God that he's okay.
What a guy. I mean, so scary, but such a nice guy too, right? All right, you had a lot of people come out to see you tonight, and your team's here as well. Before I let you go party with them, do you have any special shout-outs or things you want to give them?
Man, I just want to thank Coach Jesse at Bone Breakers, Jeff Jimmo at Jimmo. I want to thank Mark Trader, my brother, everybody at Jimmo, everyone at Bone Breakers. I want to thank the people at Tom Garner Kennels and the legend himself for coming out to support. I want to thank all my friends and family, especially my father, who has been my biggest supporter for my entire life, and I would not be here without his endless love and support, and I thank God for him every day, and just for all of you for being here. I love every single one of you, and I pray that you will know true happiness and purpose and fulfillment in your life. Just never give up on your dreams. Always be willing to make the sacrifice and take a risk, and you never know how beautiful the blessings that God has in store for you can be.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us hear it for the Carolina Game Dog, Trukon Carson, the scariest man I've ever met in my whole life. We will be back May 11th in the Oak City, Raleigh, North Carolina, my city, and we're doing it right.
Trukon Carson, with the skills of a warrior, but apparently the soul of a poet.